Alright everybody, diecastmania here, and welcome back to another review. Today we have something unexpected. We have the new Mack Trucks 125th anniversary Mack Trucks historical toy collection. So these are supposedly 1/87 scale trucks, and they're manufactured by Siks Scale Models, a relatively new manufacturer. Started by Eric Siks, who used to be an executive at WSI and IMC. So the models can be identified by the number on the back of the package. There's both a Mack number and a Siks internal number. So as of the time of this video, late December 2024, there are 6 different trucks. Here's the first one, the Mack AC Flatbed. We can see the Mack and SSM number in the bottom corner. We have the B model mixer, B61. A DM800 dump truck, which I was very excited to see. Along with the DM800, we have a R model dump truck. Following up, we have a Superliner tractor. And rounding out the set of 6, we have a R model fire truck. So there really isn't much to these on the packaging. They just come apart like a Hot Wheels or Matchbox package, blister pack. So here we go, just ripping the trucks off the cards quickly and moving on. So the package really doesn't say very much except for 1/87 scale limited edition. No real indication of how limited these are, but the website alludes to there being 2-pack and 5-packs available alongside the singles. But as of the time of this video, only the single-pack trucks are shown as available, and they retail for $19.99 on the Mack shop, which, for what they are, it is pretty high. It feels like if they had decided to put more detail into these, they would be in, say, first gear pricing territory. So I'm just left to guess that the pricing is based off of the cost of producing all this brand new tooling exclusively for Mack trucks and at some kind of undisclosed limited quantity. From a quick overview, they kind of seem more like a promotional giveaway type toy for a trade show rather than the detailed scale model. But they do look pretty nice, and I'm glad that they've made them. So now that we've got these all unboxed, let's get them out on the turntable and take a quick look at the detail. So going in order, first up on the turntable is the AC Mack Flatbed. Looks pretty nice for what it is, and there is a bit of decent detailing on it for as basic of a truck as it is. Here's the B61 mixer, classic green, got spoked wheels, pretty nice work on the grill there. Rest of the truck is somewhat plain. We have the DM800 dump truck, finished up in black over red. On the frame, it is pretty decent looking. And being a dump truck, yes, the dump box does raise on this model. We can see here. And it's just a simple hinge. There's no cylinder or anything. Moving right along to the R model dump truck. Again, dump box raises. This one does not have spokes, unlike the DM800. Here we have the Superliner tractor. Pretty basic. It definitely looks like it needs at least some fenders or even a headache rack just to add a little more to the model itself. And you can definitely see the wheels are a little lacking. But last but not least, we have the R model fire truck, which looks pretty sharp. Could use a little more paint accent on the mirrors and horns like the rest of them. Alright, now let's dive into each of these trucks. Here we have the B61 mixer. The wheels roll, the barrel turns, and the chute does rotate side to side. It's kind of similar in size to the mixer drum that Boley put out a number of years back. But here it is, not too bad detail. You got the headlights, you got a little gold dot on top of the grill there, probably where the Bulldog would go. Has the Mack logo on the door, Mack trucks with the Bulldog, and Mack on the side of the hood. Wheels are two-piece plastic. The model is held together with screws, so for customizers, you could change out the wheels to what you see fit, or do away with the mixer body altogether. So it is somewhat similar to what Matchbox would put out in terms of the quality and the feel of it, but proportions aren't too bad. But it is no. It does not really compare to, say, the Mack Granite by First Gear or even the Matchbox Premium Series models. So, moving on, we have the DM800 dump truck. This is one of the ones I was most excited for. We have never seen I wouldn't say never, but we haven't seen a readily available DM in approximately 1/87 scale in quite some time. We did have the DM600/U600 by Hot Wheels, the steering rigs, but as far as a metal DM800, we have not had one other than the Alloy Forms white metal kits from the 80s. So, same thing on this one. The mirrors are cast as part of the cab. We have the headlights, the little gold dot on top. This one actually says Mack on top of the grill. Mack hauling. I don't see an exhaust on this one. Actually, either of the two do not have exhaust stacks. Same wheels, held together the same way, 3 screws the whole length. Dump box raises. Tailgate opens. And it seems that the dump box just snaps on there right here. So the DM800 does feel just maybe a little bit undersized. I will bring out an Athearn Mack R model later on to compare, but yeah, that's the quick look at the DM800. The underside's actually pretty detailed for what it is compared to what you see on the top. Here we have the R model dump truck. It says Brooklyn, New York Earth Movers on the side. Mack, once again, on the side. Mack on the grill. Headlights, they're there. They're kind of simple. Grill is raised plastic, part of the bumper. Again, all the horns, marker lights, they're all cast into the top of the hood. And you just have a little nub there for where it's standing in for the Bulldog. Same thing again. Same construction method. Siks Scale Models on the bottom, made in China. Dump box raises. Tailgate opens. But I will say that I think just right off of first impression, I think this does look like it's a slightly later R model than the Athearn model depicts. So continuing on with the R models, we have the fire truck. That's the Bulldog on the side, Gold Dog. Fire rescue, you get the deck gun that actually does spin around, although I think that'd be somewhat fragile. So it is, I guess, a pumper with tarped hose load. So I think this would be a pretty popular model, along with the R model dump truck and the DM800. These are still seeing regular use in some volunteer departments, smaller departments across the country, so this was a good pick from them to go ahead and build this model. Here we have the Superliner. Personally, not super impressed with this one. It kind of replicates what a Superliner looks like, but at the same time, the frame just looks really thick and bare. Kind of reminds me of the Yatming piece. And here is the AC Mack, which, if I was to pick one that was the furthest from 1/87 scale, this would be it. But it's actually pretty well done. You know, the old solid rubber tires with the knobs on them, or the the tread pattern. Yeah, it's it's a decent representation of a vintage Mack model AC. You got the chain detail there. I mean, but you can see there, I can definitely say that the AC Mack would be the furthest from 1/87 scale. So as sort of a gauge of scale, here we have the well-regarded Athearn R model Mack dump truck. And here we have the Siks R model. So, and then we'll put the DM800 on the other side. So, they're close. So obviously they're not as well detailed as the Athearn. I mean, they're pretty basic die-cast pieces, but we can see here that dimensionally they're pretty close. If we put them side by side, we can see the cabs are where they should be, but it's just the these are a lot shorter. So, as a somewhat affordable base starting point for an R model custom, I'd say these are pretty good. So the only one that is the longest, has the longest frame seems to be the fire truck, which is almost identical frame length to or axle spacing to the Athearn model. So the DM, definitely very short. Could be maybe just a touch smaller than it should be, but looking at them, I think they use the same tooling for the cab, so you can kind of see that on the DM, the frame is the same length, but the axle is just about the same length, but the axle is set back further as it should be. So and then B61 looks about where it should be, and Superliner, but like I said earlier, the Superliner kind of reminded me of the old Yatming piece, or Road Champs. So there they are. And just for the fun of it, we have the Majorette Superliner. So overall, the detailing isn't bad, but they are definitely basic and could be a lot better. Unfortunately, the Superliner, as said before, just kind of falls short and is kind of the weakest link of the whole set. And it just is in dire need of some dressing up. And like the others, there is no rear window on the cab casting at all. In all honesty, though, in terms of the 1/87 scale customizing or collecting hobby as a whole, really the most important part is the cab, and everything else that isn't that cab doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. The fuel tanks are nice, and being able to have that piece is great, but a lot of collectors, customizers out there are just going to go ahead and grab these and put them on a new frame, the Promotex customizer's frame, and just really go to town with these. So, for that base point, they're good, and if anything, they're kind of a good filler piece to dress up a little bit, add some detailing washes, weathering, highlight the horns, your marker lights, your mirrors, and just kind of have fun with them. And part of this whole series, I guess, is the fact that they're kind of built like a toy, but they represent the Mack trucks pretty well. So it's something that you don't necessarily have to be super careful with. You can kind of just introduce the next generation to these great classics that we've all known and loved, and maybe even have a little bit of fun kit bashing them. So for what they're worth, yes, the price is a little bit higher than I would have liked, but the intent is good, and just having these many, 5 different trucks come out at the end of the year right after Christmas is pretty much as good as a Christmas surprise for a lot of us collectors and customizers out there that could have asked for. As 187 scale doesn't get a whole lot of new tooling, and to have Mack pay this much attention and put these models out that are close to what they should be, but they still allow for a lot of customization and like open-ended modification is just great. So we'll close off this video with a couple shots of the full collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next video. And if you're watching this right when it comes out, wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Whatever you celebrate, just go ahead and hope you enjoy and have a great one. So there you go. Thanks for watching.